Hello YouTube, my name is Don. I thought I'd throw together a little short impromptu intro video to a personal theory that I've come up with concerning everything from geography to climate change and humans' role in changing this in a different perspective than I think most of us naturally perceive. Um, I'll go ahead and get to it. My personal theory is mass displacement and distribution or redistribution. And what this consists of in a nutshell is I think that humans play a huge role in the Earth's rotation. I know this sounds far out there, but I really think it's just common sense altogether if we look at it from a standpoint of what we already know in simple mechanics and physics already. If humans, from the beginning of time, we had a natural rotation of the earth, and when we go and we build civilizations and, we build higher, larger, heavier, which I know this is a very small scale to change something that we perceive as enormous. But if you do it on a smaller scale, whether it be with a globe or a basketball or a golf ball, and we simply take a piece off of the ladder side and put it on the front side, or take it off the top or through the equator and put it on the outside of this ball, we're going to change the centrifugal force of this. We're going to change the natural flight of this ball. And the earth is not that different, where we have many explanations on the earth being slightly oblong or, round or oval or pear-shaped or whatever it may be. I completely agree. But we have a rotation which, if this theory is correct, could show that ancient civilizations had a knowledge of this particular theory and tried to do things to either induce it or reduce it, either way, or inadvertently caused this to happen to cause major climate change. There are plenty of theories, or there's plenty of data to prove that my theory has some grounds. So let's just say, for example, throughout our modern day history, our advances and our societies and civilizations building up in different parts of the world, China and New York. Let's just, start with this. The distribution of material from these areas, China to America. We have them, now this is just a sketch. I am not an artist, or I'm not John Ross, but Bob Ross. But anyways, let's just say, for example, that the civilization building up, let's say New York with the skyscrapers, and China with their skyscrapers and large civilizations, and America with their large civilizations, and the migration of these civilizations, it's eventually got to count for something. It's eventually got to change the centrifugal force of our Earth. And I'm going to have a lot of people that argue the fact of magnetic poles and everything of that nature, but these are still, we're basing fact on theory and theory on fact. And, we could go around in circles for days arguing whose theories are correct based on whose facts that were based on theories. But simply put, mass distribution and displacement is something that I think would severely affect the rotation of our Earth and could even cause things. Something that's recently came to light for me is something, the Chenabankov effect, the tennis racket effect, which, they did. I've seen several videos and several explanations on how this exactly works. I think this could play a role in it. I do not think it's the basis for why this happens. I think it's just the simplest form of centrifugal force that would change these things and could explain things like Easter Island, half the island being underwater, lost civilizations. It changes the Earth's crust. It changes the distance from certain geographic places that we have on the earth already. So my theory basically says that humans single-handedly changing natural geography with civilization can change the centrifugal force and the motion of our planet. And I do not see why we have not researched this more in depth. I mean, I have, and I mean, it could explain everything. I mean, who knows what's under the ice caps? The ice caps could originally laid in the equator, and we've found proof of plant life in these now barren regions that it would explain all of it. It could explain the pyramids. The pyramids themselves across the world could be ancient civilizations' means to correct the Earth's rotation or to stabilize the Earth's rotation. I'm going to go more in depth of this once I become more comfortable with the YouTube and the filming, and explain my theory more in depth with more information that I've gathered. I'm not a YouTuber. I have a full-time gig that consumes most of my time, so this is just stuff I do in my free time. But if we could change the Earth's rotation and cause this by civilization, then why wouldn't this be something we'd look into? Why wouldn't migration and distribution cause these things to happen, and could we correct it? Could we stop it? Could we harness this power? Could we harness this knowledge to better help civilizations? Thank you. Please subscribe. I mean, just so you can check back in with me. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. or give me some information. Give me something that you've found along the way that would better help support my theory of mass displacement and distribution. Thank you.